Your co-star, Ranbir Kapoor.
I think before marriage, probably you would have called me for many things. Now not. So now it's much more.
Now he doesn't need me.
No, now he doesn't need me.
Damn it, ये शादी करके दोस्त हमारे दोस्त नहीं रहते.
Radio Nasha.
राना नायडू के पहले 2 एपिसोड्स मैंने देखे और मुझे बेहद पसंद आई. 10 मार्च को आप देख सकते हैं नेटफ्लिक्स पर. एंड until then, of course, to whet your appetite, I have the stars of Rana Naidu with me on Radio Nasha. Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hello, hello, thank you. I must start off by saying that I truly enjoyed this show, and even though I just watched 2 episodes, बहुत वक्त बाद मुझे बहुत मजा आया. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. That's good to hear.
Yes. कितना मजा आया. Okay, हिंदी बोल के. तो राना, हिंदी आप बोलते हैं रेगुलर लाइफ में?
मैं बोल सकता हूँ, but मेरी सोच जो है अंग्रेजी में है और तेलुगु में है, उसके बाद तमिल में है. So I have to think in 3 languages before the Hindi line comes up. So I just stick to English. It's just easier.
You did pretty well. Ironically, पहला वाक्य
हिंदी में ही था.
But so the thought is still in English, so it's just easier that way.
So you're going to talk to me in English on this show?
I can talk to you in Telugu if you want.
Oh, can you teach me some?
Tamil தெரியும் எனக்கு.
Tamil தெரியும்.
தமிழ்ல பேசுறேன்.
Okay, நானும் பேசுறேன்.
நீங்க நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா?
Oh my god. எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியுமா? Except Sushant.
நான் 5 வருஷம் இருந்தேன்.
என்ன தெரியும் உனக்கு?
Sushant,
அவர் 5 வருஷம் இருந்தாரு.
1 2 3 4 We're a pan India cast.
I was just going to say, तो क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं कि पहला pan India show है?
Well, I think I've been part of many things that were first pans.
Pans.
So I feel like I'm the guy who held the pan and I'm running around with it. But it's amazing. I mean, 10 years ago when I came here and started, nobody knew what anything in the South was. And now I'm just happy that there's so much acceptance of each other's cinema, so much language and regional diversity that is being accepted in the mainstream front. So I think it's good. India knows about India finally.
Finally. Wow.
Well said. That's true.
So, I must say this to you. The last time we spoke, it was for Decoupled, and if you remember, I said nobody could do a resting bitch face better than Surveet Chawla.
Whoa!
It's true, right? It's true.
ये भी लिखा है चेहरे.
Sophisticated.
तो ऐसे सुरवीन होती है ना कि इतनी मतलब डर लगता है भाई बात भी करने से. अंग्रेजी में कुछ बोल देगी तो जवाब में क्या बोलेंगे हम लोग. I love that.
She comes with all of it.
And not to say that it's a similar character, it's not at all. But I'm just saying that you've perfected the angry wife. Perfected the angry wife.
Wow.
I hope my husband's not listening to this. Congratulations. Is that where my net practice happens? Perfected the angry wife.
जो है वो दिख जाता है.
ऐसा लग रहा है कि दोबारा से एक ऐसा पति मिला है जिसको सुधरने की जरूरत है.
अरे इनको तो मैं सुधार के थक गई हूँ. His philandering and his antics and the demands of his job that I don't know much about. I think that's what kind of brings that. I mean, it would be natural, right? If you were in a relationship like that, wouldn't that be? मतलब वो काफी natural होगा.
If I was in a relationship with Rana Daggubati, I would not be complaining. But
It's Rana Naidu. It's another guy.
It's another guy. Oh,
it's another
It's the
guy.
darkest version of the Rana that's
Yeah, that I agree.
Yeah.
So Sushant, I'm going to take this to you. And मैं Sushant जी sir वगैरह नहीं बुलाना चाहूँगी. And I hope you're okay with that.
I know.
No, he's not.
Same colleague.
He's actually not, but
No, he's not.
He's not. बहुत मजा आया to the idea of having this family that runs the studio. You know, have you ever been part of something like this before, where you felt that family business है, so there's something that you could bring in from that sort of experience? किसी family business का हिस्सा रहे हैं आप?
none whatsoever.
Ever?
कुछ भी नहीं.
Oh God.
Especially this kind of family. the kind of business this family runs.
He's doing.
It's nobody's business. Yeah.
Correct.
So totally out of the box था यार, out of comfort zone था. कभी हम में से किसी ने भी ऐसा कभी कुछ नहीं किया.
When I saw it, मुझे हम की याद आई, because I remember there were 3 brothers in that as well, and it was a lot of fun. इन भाइयों के बारे में, छोटे versus बड़े भाई के बारे में, you're the oldest in the three. In the 3. So the second and the third. What is the dynamic like off the set between the 3 of you as brothers? Are you brothers off the set as well?
Off the set dynamic, I think now we are developing off the set dynamic.
Now we are developing that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you've been through the same thing together.
यार, the characters and the story, it's इतना dark है ना सब कुछ. इतना tough है कि हम लोग बहुत tension में रहते थे. कैरेक्टर ठीक से हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, सीन्स ठीक से आ रहे हैं कि नहीं आ रहे. सो उसके बाद इतना थक जाते थे कि ऑफ सेट कोई कैमराडरी पार्टी कुछ किसी चीज का टाइम नहीं था. सो शूटिंग खत्म हो गई, प्रमोशन शुरू हुआ, तो नाउ वी आर डेवलपिंग. हम लोग ऐसे भी दोस्त हो सकते हैं.
Yeah, it's really, that's probably.
There's that one shot where there's आप बार में हो, you come to get Jaffa,
Yeah.
and then आप किसी को सबक सिखाते हो, and that move is legendary. I'm going to try it. वो move क्या move है boss? How fun is it to do action खुद के लिए, मुझे बताइए.
Action, no, sorry, filming action is not fun.
Oh no!
I love it. I love it. I thrive on it.
Because okay.
क्यों, क्या डर है?
Only one.
डर होगा.
No, you are always worrying about खुद को चोट तो लगेगी, कहीं ना कहीं तो होगा. Action scene
इनको
है, so
देखिए, इनको कोई डर नहीं है.
No, but there was a scene where he was doing that action scene with the balti,
Yeah.
and it was almost like missing him by like inches or whatever. I'm like,
Yes, तुम दोनों ने भी ये किया, या हम दोनों ने
नहीं, हम दोनों ने बस देखा, ये लड़ रहे थे, हम बस देख रहे थे. We were just watching.
टाइगर लड़ रहा था और मुझे देख रहे थे.
And I was like, I was telling him that, yeah, that's too risky. You know what he said? Welcome to the movie.
Once you've done the shot and it comes out well, then yeah. When the day ends, you see, yeah, that was a good shot, good scene.
Abhishek, let's talk about you.
Yes.
जाफा का जो किरदार है, उसका जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, उसका जो पास्ट है, I feel that I've never seen the subject of this being discussed so openly in a film as a premise. Did you find that bold for yourself? Because अक्सर हम लड़कियों से पूछते हैं कि आपको ये बहुत bold scene करना पड़ा.
Nice one.
So as a man, आपको लगा कि ये bold था आपके लिए?
नहीं, मतलब I think वो bold तो word आया ही नहीं. मतलब एक situation हुआ है किसी के साथ, और I think whenever I do any kind of character which has some kind of past which is so dark, I always start imagining that ऐसे लोग होंगे. तो वो जब तो I think more than bold, it was for me to the reality when it strikes that, oh shit, this is happening. It's like it must be happening with many, and these are conditions which people are like growing up with. I just feel bad. I just feel bad about my character. I feel bad about whatever is happening. So बस यही था. So it was more traumatic, but I'll keep the trauma only on set, not get it back home.
On set.
But yeah, I mean, that situation was quite traumatic whenever I did those scenes.
All right. We must talk about people who are not in the room, and that is Venkatesh sir. I'll give you 300 rupees. I'm just wondering कितने पैसे
300 rupees?
300 rupees.
300 रुपीस 300 रुपए के लिए आप में से जो पहला वो गाना गाएगा जो अनाड़ी पिक्चर
फूलों का तेरा गलियों सी मुस्कान है
300 रुपए के लिए
बॉम्बे आया इसलिए वो बुक बिकने के लिए.
Rana's like, it's too little. I'm not raising my eyebrow for this. Thanks, yaar. Thanks. Can we all sing it together? Because he's not here.
Okay,
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, sir, for you.
फूलों सा चेहरा तेरा कलियों से मुस्कान है रंग तेरा देख के रूप तेरा देख के सूरत भी हैरान है.
Amazing, man. You guys know this song? I don't know it.
You don't know this song?
Acha, okay.
I saw it in Chanti,
Okay.
like the Telugu version.
Acha, listen, sing.
I don't know what song this is.
Sing a Telugu song, any Venki sir Telugu song.
We actually one of my most favorite songs of Venki. A part of that we actually used in this show. And that's a song from a film Coolie Number 1. It says, attention everybody, Nenastunna be ready, Ne Maharaju. That's the one.
Oh wow! Cool.
It's
in the show.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Obviously, people would have asked you, and her interview में आपसे यही पूछा गया होगा कि what is it like off screen, the camaraderie and stuff. And you said some time ago, off screen only, कि आपके सारे कपड़े जो आपने cool वाले पहने हैं, वो उन्होंने आपको दिए हैं.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he was a movie star, and if you have a movie star uncle, you can just take all his clothes for fitting in them, and that's it. So it was. I had a great childhood just growing up around him.
It's so cool. It's so cool. And the idea of the two of you coming together for this project, was that something that you suggested?
I didn't suggest, rather. He actually inquired what I was up to when this show came to me, and there were a bunch of people who asked me to pitch it to him, but I just never took that conversation forward because I didn't know if he'll do it or not.
Right.
And then he watched it, and the next day he said, "Listen, who's playing your dad?" And I want to play it. I said, okay. And I called Sundar and I said, hey, listen up, Venki wants to do this. He said, okay, done. And it happened that
But
quickly.
it's also the first time, right?
Yeah, it is the first time we did anything together.
Together, yeah.
There's a shock when you start watching it. And here,
We're definitely shocked to see him in that role.
yeah, yes, that's for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
है ना, क्योंकि Victory Venkatesh.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I'm sure he's shocked himself.
I don't quite figure the equation or the reason yet why there is so much love between your character and Venki sir's character. मुझे पता नहीं है क्यों है. लेकिन वो जो any sort of learning, because I'd like to believe कि if there are seniors around, हम उनसे सीख सकते हैं. क्या सीखा?
क्या सीखा मतलब वो ऊपर से नीचे he's a school in himself. क्या नहीं सीखा? I mean his patience, his dedication. That's not his language. Hindi is not his. It's not his first language. But when you see him do it, it's a ridiculously tough part to do. The one that Naga's part, and with such finesse and aplomb. I mean, I would just keep staring at him and looking at him without batting an eyelid when he would be performing. I mean, it's literally like you're standing or sitting in front of a legend and see him perform.
How brilliant. What was the toughest part for you to play Rana? They say when you want to learn a new language, सबसे पहले गालियाँ सीखते हैं. आपके साथ ऐसे हुआ?
इसमें तो गालियाँ ही गालियाँ.
इसमें तो गालियाँ ही गालियाँ है.
But what was tough for you in that role?
What was tough for me? See, complex, I understood. Karan was detailed enough to tell me all of the layers between the relationship of these characters. There was the original to look for. But relationship between daughter and kids is something I just didn't understand. Because I didn't have children, and I used to keep asking Karan so many times. I used to ask Surveen so many times because it's finally this whole show was about him protecting his kids and not wanting them to be like his father or any of his brothers or the way they ended up, right? And that to me was probably the hardest because there is that arc that I've never experienced in my life and I just don't know what really to do. So I think that's probably the toughest thing that I went through in this.
Wow, I thought of many answers, but I did not expect this one. Thank you so much for that. That's really kind of you. So Shant, I have to take this to you. When you come into a universe which is so colorful, मतलब आपको पता है कि भाई यहाँ पे इतने रंग हैं, सबका अपना ही एक रंग चल रहा है. How do you pick कि आपके किरदार का क्या सुर होना चाहिए? Like, is it just the lines or is it something that you bring as well? Sorry.
Tough one, because number one, it's an adaptation.
Yes.
So there's already a characterization जो already set है. So here my approach was simply to surrender, because ये करण अंशुमन ने पूरा जो इसको adapt किया है, करण और सुपन ने इसको direct किया है. So Karan created this universe, and वो Ray Donovan से बहुत way they have adapted it here is so I just surrendered to the director.
Why do I feel that even though this is a very intense show, you guys, I mean, you're saying you're friends now, but I feel that you had a lot of fun on the set of the show. ऐसे हुआ?
No, this was actually not such a fun
Oh,
scene. It was not
wow.
like a
Once again, this is a
laughing scene.
scoop. This is the first time on an interview that a star has said it wasn't that much fun.
No, because we're working.
Wow.
Because you're working non-stop. Yeah. Like, I think somewhere the genre of the show or the nature of those characters, and if that's all you're doing, there's that energy there. I'm saying there'll be relationships, there'll be moments that we get where we had meals together, where we had coffee together, all that, but it's not a playful chill set where we're joking around. That's not happening on this set. It's a very serious
Intense
set. Yeah.
I think
Which one
the
of you?
people who had fun on the sets were Karan and
Supan.
Yeah,
Supan,
because
yes,
they created
okay,
this
yeah.
universe and they were on the monitor and yeah. So वो कठपुतली नचाते ना ऐसे puppets. And they
मजा आ
go, okay, we've got
Almost
this, we've
sadistic
got
measures.
this. Tang. So yeah, they had fun.
Did you at any point, have the opportunity to knock Karan Anshuman's head, उसे बेहोश करना, उसका सर खोलना और देखना कि उसकी खोपड़ी के अंदर क्या है?
For that, you have to just give him a bottle.
No, but
और ही खोलने की जरूरत नहीं है.
he fascinates me.
Yeah.
मतलब the way he does, मतलब मेरे हिसाब से, I don't know if this will be in the final cut, but हिंदुस्तान को वेब सीरीज में गालियां बोलना सिखाया करण अंशुमन ने. It is amazing. And not for the sake of it. When he does it, it is justified. It's part of the world.
Yes.
So do you find that one of his strengths?
It's bizarre because he's not a very good Hindi speaker. He's a
Yeah.
very English,
Yeah.
Bombay
Yeah.
speaker. But वो पता नहीं how he gets this heartland galis
That day
And
he was
showing us
remember that day?
Oh,
He
what?
was showing us a WhatsApp chat between him
and
the writer, the other writer, where over one curse to get the beat and the word that is going to be used correct, because it was like a group of 3 words.
Yeah.
They went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until they got the right one.
Did you
So-
dub in Hindi first or did you do Telugu first?
No, so we shot in Hindi.
Okay.
Yeah, and dub also was in Hindi only.
Correct. But you shot in Hindi first.
In Hindi.
पहले आपने ये सारी गालियाँ हिंदी में दी।
Yeah, it
तब
was.
आपको समझ में नहीं आई होंगी।
Yeah, correct. So it was fine actually.
और फिर आपने ये गालियाँ तेलुगु में दी।
Then it was disastrous.
And then you were like, did I just see this?
Yeah, and also, like you said, there was a Karan Anshuman before in this industry to make
Way.
everyone use
Make way.
the language.
Yeah.
But in Telugu, it never happened at all. In the dubbing theatre in Hyderabad, we were discovering another show with the minute it became Telugu.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's too close to home.
Correct.
And there's a certain cultural identity that you're trying to, it was hard. It was hard to reset those lines and what is the right thing to say in Telugu.
Also, this is your OTT debut, right?
Yes, ma'am.
My God, that's fun. Do
It
you
is.
look at it differently at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it was like any first, it's like extreme learning. Extreme learning in terms of what shows mean. I mean, they've done shows before, but to me it was.
Senior है आपके?
Yeah, of course. So, just the idea of how characters flow, how a story flows itself is so much different from what you do in film.
Correct.
It's emotionally far more engaging because it's
Yeah.
deeper and you live with that character longer and deeper. I think that's what it really is, and I'm just happy this is my first, and I got to work with such fine people and directors like Karan and Supan,
Absolutely.
and for Netflix.
Amazing, yeah.
And to top all of that was with my uncle. So I think all of this together, I couldn't have asked for a better first.
So we're going to do a fun game with you. Are you ready?
Okay, sure.
Okay, Rana Naidu fixer to the stars अपने आप को कहते हो. तो चलिए आपसे पूछते हैं. What are these stars most likely to call you for is the question.
Okay.
All right, first, Prabhas.
He'll call me if there is something being cooked for dinner. Saying, here you go, today we are eating. ... That will be the conversation mostly.
Will there be a problem that you can fix for him?
Prabhas is the kind who, if it's a problem, he'll leave it. So if it's a problem, just leave it now.
Just leave it.
Yeah, so-
Don't do it. Rajamouli sir.
I don't think he'll have a problem here at all. He is the wrong guy.
He would never have a problem. Amazing.
He'll solve it himself, just very strategically, carefully, and thinking through it the best manner.
Fantastic.
He wouldn't need me.
Your uncle Venkatesh.
He's too spiritual and he's connected with God and those type of things. Wouldn't need me either.
Oh, wow. Okay. Your co-star Ranbir Kapoor.
I think before marriage probably he would have called me for many things. Now not. So now it's much more.
Now he doesn't need me.
No, now he doesn't need me.
Damn it. ये शादी करके दोस्त हमारे दोस्त नहीं रहते.
No, that is not the context.
Moving on. Akshay Kumar.
So I'll tell you what's funny. Every time I'm here for promotion, I borrow his shoes.
What?
Yeah.
Are these Akshay Kumar
These are
shoes?
not, but most of my other formal ones are.
Oh, sweet.
People told me get into Akshay Kumar's shoes. I just borrowed his shoes instead.
Rana Daggubati,
sorry.
am I understanding your sense of humor through this interview?
Yeah.
Why would Surveen call you? What would the problem that she be?
That something happened and her bitch face isn't there anymore.
I was thinking the same thing. There's something's wrong with my face.
This joke is never gonna leave Surveen. Surveen hates me right now.
Meet me outside of this interview, you boys. Meet me outside.
She probably
too fun though,
that's
yeah.
gone and you can't get into this.
She can't find it back. She'll
It's
call you.
become kind now.
Sushant आपको क्यों call करता है?
Sushant, to change his birth certificates and stuff like that in whichever, either, wherever he probably calls.
सर ये क्या impression छोड़ के रखे आप? Why would he call you?
I can't speak about it.
Jaffa क्यों call करते हैं आप?
You're saying Jaffa or Abhishek?
Abhishek.
Abhishek. We can't speak about it here, man.
Yeah.
This is too.
अच्छा क्या बात?
Maybe I am the fixer.
Maybe. Whoa. You know what? Usually interviews में मुझसे आकर कहा जाता है कि your time's up. But I swear I can't have a better end to this interview, and I know when we should stop. You know. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Radio Nasha.